All right, guys. So today we're going to continue the topics of factoring. The place we're going to discuss is we're going to pick up from what we did last time at Alpha 39 about factoring. Okay, Alpha 39. Okay, factoring completely. Among all of these factorings, factoring trinomial has been a issue. Okay, it's a primary issue. Okay, with two terms is easy. So with factoring, we're going to talk about the two techniques we're going to factor. So the first form, we talk about the two cases we're going to do the factoring. And one is x squared. Okay, so let me just pick up this piece and bring it back up. So that's where we left off. Okay, that's where we left off. Okay, the setup of factoring. Okay, I use this technique that when I learned it when I was a student, I found it, it seemed to be much straightforward setup, right? But if you have learned other means of factoring, no problem. Okay, just go for it. You can use your own way to factor because after all, we just care about the factors. Okay. With that said and done, let's continue with this method. For example, last time we did number 1. Let's look at number 2. Okay. This time, I'm going to take the lead. Okay. I'm going to use the same way to factor. Okay. So the same setup. I'm going to, re-explain how we do this. Do this, right? With the given quadratic form, so I'm going to make these blank. I'm going to make these blank. I'm going to make these blank. Okay, I'm going to start working on it. Okay, so we're going to put the numbers in place. Okay, so we need a number here. And we need a number here. We need a number here and here. And we will get a number over here. And then we're going to compose our factors. So there's certain order when we work this table, right? So when we look at the x squared, okay, the coefficient of x squared is 1. 1 times x, so we don't need to write that 1, but that 1 is a factor first. 1 is equals to 1 times 1, of course, is also equals to -1 times -1. So this is how we compose this column. Okay, so this column is composed as the factor of this number 1. So suppose we usually try from the simplest, right? So 1 is equals to 1 times 1. The next column we're going to use is that we're going to compose these question marks. So 10 is 2 times 5. 2 times 5. Okay, of course, 10 is also equals to -2 times -5, or -5 times -2, right? So all these different orders we can work with. Okay, for example, if we try -5 times -2. And then once this is set up, we're going to multiply 1 with -5, where we're going to get -5. 1 times -2, we're going to get -2. And we're going to add these two numbers. Okay, so this number and this number, we'll add them. That's a -5 plus -2. And the answer is a -7. And what we want to take this number and compare with the number in front of x. Okay, and we certainly don't have a match. Factoring is always trial and error. Okay, this doesn't work. So we're gonna go back, redo the whole thing. Okay, so redo the whole thing. Okay, so this time maybe we try positive 5 with positive 2. Okay, 5 times 2 still equals to 10. 1 times 1 equals to 1. So we're going to do 1 times 5, which is a 5. And this here, 1 times 2 is a 2. And 5 plus 2 is a 7. And this 7 matches this 7 perfectly. This is the one, this is the moment we recognize we have found the factors. We have found the factors. So now the first row will help us to compose the first factor. Okay, number 1, this 1 will go 1 times x and plus 5. Okay, the second row, this row, which is really the third row in the table, we get the other factor, which is 1 times 2, 1 times x plus 2. So we found our factors. So this is the general setup if you put it nicely in the table. And I'm going to give you the handwriting version of it. So the factor would be x plus 5 multiply x plus 2. It can be verified, so you can check your answer. When we check our answer, we just FOIL this product. And you just do x times x, you're going to have x squared. X times 5, that's 5x. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 5, that's a 10. So in the end, we get x squared. Where's my cursor? There. Okay. So x squared plus 7x plus 10. So this is the completion of the whole the work. Okay. When I was a student, well, of course we didn't type, right? So I would just write it down. Okay, handwriting. Okay, so x squared plus 7x, okay, plus 10. And to factor, what I would do is that we know the number before x is 1, so 1 equals to 1 times 1. 10 equals to 2 times 5, right? And then I would do the cross multiplication. And 1 times 2, that's going to give me a 2. Right? So this is going to be a 2. 1 times 5 is going to give me a 5. And 2 plus 5 is 7. Right? And in the other direction, we will be able to, once the perfect match is made, because the key in this process is to make that perfect match, positive 7, positive 7. Once we make that magical match, we got it. Okay, so we got the factors from each row. I have 2 rows. So the first row will give us x plus 2, right? And the second row will give us x plus 5. So then we found our factors. That's going to be x plus 5 times x plus 2. It doesn't matter which order you write them. Okay, so this is the handwriting version of my my method, but I cannot claim credit for it because I learned from my teacher. And that's it. Okay, so I want you guys to try this method or review your method you learned before. Okay, because I know this is not the method in the textbook. The textbook teaches a slightly different way, even though they all originated from the same idea. Okay, when we have time, I'm going to explain to you where that same idea came from. Okay, but that's another story. So for right now, we just want to master this skill, whatever skill you want. I want to see your work. Okay, if you would submit your work from Pronto or any other means, okay, or from Pronto or from a file upload or send it to my inbox. It all works. So what I want you to try, number 3 and number 4. So please try number 3 and number 4 in Alpha 39. Okay, just to warm up, And if you use any other method, I would like you to explain to me. Okay? I know there are other setup out there. Okay, ready? Ready, set to go. Let's go. Number 3, number 4. You guys have number 3, number 4 in front of you in Alpha 39. If you wish, of course, and I like you to learn this method, but if you say, oh, this is just not my way and you have another way to do it, that's not a problem. But I would like to learn from you. There's so many ways across the world. There's so many ways to do this. There's so many different ways to do this. Okay, so ready to upload your work? I'd like to see your participation. I'd love to see your participation. Take your time. Okay. We do this because we want you to be, on a common ground so we can work together, because this is the format I will be using in the section of factoring for quite a while. How's it going? How's it going? I hope you get a hang of it. Three and four. Anybody want to show your work? Anybody want to show your work? By pronto or by, file upload or send it to my inbox? Love to see your work. Okay. You want to do some hands-on? Let's do some hands-on. I'm not particular about what method you use. I'm not. But in class, I will use this method of graphing. I found it's more graphic, so we can be brought to the same chapter, same page. Anybody would like to share? Anybody would like to share? Let's see. Who would like to share? Alan, Brianna, Marcelo. Just so there's the four of us, right? Just feel free to share your work. No one wants to share? No one wants to share? Come on, guys. It's your turn. It's your turn. No, I can share the screen if you need to, but usually I assume you guys are writing it down. So Brianna, would you like to share your work? No answer. No answer. Okay. Any other ways you can share with me? Okay. Well, I can wait no longer. Okay. But any moment you want to share your work, please feel free. Okay, so 3. Okay. So the quadratic function we have here is x squared plus 6x plus 8. What the answer did you get? Come on, tell me what the answer. You don't want to share your work? Could you show me your answer? You can put your answer on chat. Come on, guys. No? I'm setting up my table. No one, huh? No one. So I'm playing solo. I'm playing solo. All right. You guys are so shy. So shy. Okay, so 1 is equals to 1 times 1. 8 is equals to 2 times 4. Okay, so 1 times 2 is a 2. 1 times 4 is a 4. 2 plus 4 is a 6. 6 matches the 6 here perfectly. So we got our factors, which is x plus 2. And the other factor will be x plus 4. Maybe because this is too easy, isn't it? So we got the factor of x plus 2 times x plus 4. Okay, since you might be thinking this is too easy, how about we're not going to do number 4. We're not going to do number 4, 5, 6. We're going to go direct to number 7. How about number 7? Okay, so let's try number 7. Okay, so let's try number 7. We have 2 variables in consideration. Okay, so the quadratic form we have is x squared plus 5 times xy plus 6y squared. Okay, so we have our setup. Okay, we don't know what the numbers should be put in there. Okay, 1 question mark, 2 question marks, 2 question marks, and do we make the match? Do we make the match? How do we do this? Okay, I'm gonna take the liberty to take the lead. Okay, so for x squared, we're gonna have 1 times 1 still. 6y squared, however, okay, I'm gonna write it knowing I try to match this one, so it's gonna be 2x, 2 times y, 6 times y. So 2y times 3y. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down. Okay, 2y times 3y, just to make sure. And that equals to 6y squared. Okay, just checking, just checking, just checking. Okay, just check. And then we do the cross product. 1 times 2y is 2y. 1 times 3y is 3y. And 2y plus 3y equals to 5y. But what are we trying to match? This time, what we try to match is 5y. Okay, so if I put it this way, okay, see, this is how you can set it up. Because we have x squares taken care of, and this is x, right? So it is in the form of, I know we have two variables, so we must be careful, right? So x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so our b is 5y. So 5y matches the 5y perfectly. So now we can compose our factors. Okay, the first factor will be this 1 times x, okay, 1 times x plus 2y. And this other one will be the 1 times x plus the 5y. Okay, and we can check, right? So after you think you got your answer, x plus 2y, and multiply x plus 5y, and we can always check our answer. Okay, we can always check your answer. We can always check our answers, right? So let's check. Let's check, okay? When checking, we're gonna FOIL it. We're gonna FOIL it. FOIL. X times x, that's gonna be x squared. X times 5y, that's 5 times xy. Wait, sorry. This is 3. I'm sorry. Did I make a mistake? This is 3. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a 3y. Okay, that's a 3y. No wonder. So this is 3 times xy. And then 2y times x, that's a 2 times xy. And 2y times 3y, that's going to be 6y squared. Okay, and we got it. We got x squared. So we just have to combine the like terms. 5 times xy plus 6 times y squared. Okay. Any questions so far? All right. If you handwrite it, I'm going to give you the handwriting version of this. So we have this guy, right? And you guys are going to have your hands on you're gonna try a few more, okay? You are going to try number 8, number 9, number 10. You pick one of them to try it. Okay, so I'm going to put together the handwriting version of this. So coefficient of x is 1 times 1. 6y is the same as 2y times 3y. Cross, hold on, your arrow. Cross multiplication, and 1 times 2y and 1 times 3y. Okay, so we're getting 2y, 3y. When we add these up, that we get 5y. 5y matches the 5y right there. 5y here, 5y there. You have to also match the sign, okay? Match the sign as well. So by this time, we found our factors. We found our factors. There we go. And the first factor, of course, oh, hold on. First factor, of course, is going to be x plus 2y and the next one is x plus 5y. I'm sorry, x plus 3y, my bad. Okay, and you can also check your work. So then you're gonna in turn write down your answer over here, which is x plus 2y. Is this too easy for you guys? You guys are not responding to me. Is this too easy for you? I'm just gonna give you 2 minutes to try one of 8, 9, 10. How about that? Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Okay, please try one of number 8, number 9, and number 10. I'm just gonna refill my cup. I will be right back. Okay, so that, I'll be right back. I'm still muted. I'm sorry. I was muted. Sorry. I hope the recording. Okay, so pick 2 questions from number 1 through number 8. Okay. And from number 1 through number 8. I'm sorry, I was muted and you didn't hear me. So now you do. And this time I'm going to make you guys to show your work. How about that? Okay. And I'm going to pick 3 questions instead because we have 4 of you. We have 4 of us. There are 4 of us. I'm going to assign. Okay. I'm going to assign number 1. Okay. I'm going to assign number 1 to Alan. Okay. Number 2. No, not number 2. Number 5 to Brianna. Number 3 is no. Number 8 is assigned to Marcelo. So you have to show me work. Okay. So I'm making you to show your work. Okay. And you must submit, and please submit your work. To Pronto. Everybody has Pronto, right? Please submit your work to Pronto. I'm waiting here. Okay. I'm not going to end the class unless I see your work. Come on, guys. Alan, Brianna, Marcelo. Number 8 to Marcelo. Yeah. Let's go. You can submit to your, you can submit to chat. You can submit to chat.
He said number 5. Where the fuck is number 5?
All right. Take your time. I have Pronto in front of me, so I can set that up right away. I'd like to write it down using paper pencil myself. Come on, you guys, take your time, but do submit your work. May I see your submissions? May I see your submissions? Okay, you send it to the inbox. Do you have the Pronto, Alan, just in case? That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Okay, Pronto, Ellen, not for this time. You send it to inbox. That's perfect. I see it right now. You can download an app. You can, if you have a cell phone. The the app's name is called Pronto. Okay, Pronto, and
Yeah, when I try to download Pronto, it would ask for a verification code.
oh. I don't think that was necessary. So let me investigate. Okay, let me investigate.
Yeah, because I would use my school email, and I would just be stuck there.
I see. Okay. How about everybody else? When I download that Pronto, I was never asked for a verification code. Maybe when you have a chance, okay, call the tech support, call the tech support to see what they say about that, because Pronto can be a good source of good way to connect with the class. All right, so thank you for your submission. So let's look at Alan's work. Let's look at Alan's work. I'm going to share Alan's work. Okay. Alpha 40, and here he got x squared minus 5x plus 6. Does everybody see his work? Okay. He first tried 2 and 3. It matches the 5. Well, you know, if I were you, I would put the -3, -2 there. You know what I mean? So that way there will not be any confusion, because you're matching with -5, not just 5. You follow me? So you are matching with -5. So you may just make that match perfectly. Your answer is definitely correct, and you set up and you have the factors correct. I imagine you have the negative sign in your mind, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all good until someone check your work. Okay, until someone check your work. So you need to know that you're matching not just the number in front of X, you're matching this along with the sign. So this whole thing, you're checking the whole piece. This number matches this -5. So this will guarantee that you don't make those minor mistakes. Okay, your answers are correct. Okay, it's very good. So you get the factor correct and you checked it, and it's perfectly done. Okay, very good. Next person, Marcelo or Brianna? Marcelo or Brianna? And a question for Brianna and Marcelo. So when you guys download Pronto, did they ask you for access code? That's really interesting. I'm gonna check to see if your name is on Pronto. Okay. Ellen. See that class. Let me see if I can see the roster from Pronto. Suppose. Spring. This was the old class. It doesn't show me the roster though. It showed me the. That's very weird. Brianna or Marcelo, do you guys receive my Pronto message? I'm not sure how to do my question. Can we do it together? Sure. And I don't remember being asked for an access code. Okay, thank you for that feedback. And no problem, Brianna, and we can do your questions together. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up. But you do understand Alan's work, do you? Bree, do you understand Alan's work? Okay, good. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna start a new share. Okay, so Brianna is do number 5. Okay, so let's do number 5 together. Let's do number 5 together. Okay, number 5. You know, factoring is always a trial and error. So even though we have a strategy, we have a setup, it doesn't guarantee we get the answer easily. It doesn't. It doesn't guarantee any easy answers. And often it takes trial and error, right? And 1 is equals to 1 times 1. And negative 15, this time we have a negative 15. So we cannot just look at 15, we have to look at negative 15. Negative 15 is negative 3 times 5 or 5 times, negative 3 times 5. And so if you look at negative 15, right? It can be factored in so many different forms. It can be written as negative 1 times 15, right? It can also be written as negative 3 times 5. It can also be written as 3 times negative 5. You see what I mean? So there are all these different factors we can try. There are all these different factors we can try. Okay, and you can also write as 1 times negative 15. You see, there are all these different ways you can try. For example, let's try negative 1 with 15. So negative 15 is equals to negative 1 times 15, right? And then I will have 1 times negative 1, that's equals to negative 1. And 1 times 15, I get 15. And I'm going to add negative 1 with 15. Add the negative 1 with 15. And I get a 14. Do I get the match? I don't. The match, this is actually a mismatch. A positive 2 and positive 14 is a mismatch. It's a mismatch. And this is the indicator telling us that this combination is not going to make it. Doesn't work. Does not work. So this is out. Okay, so this combination is out. Okay, and next, so we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. Okay, so this is always a trial and error. So this is done. This is out. And well, this doesn't work, right? This doesn't work. So we're gonna try the next one. Negative 3 with let's say try 3 with negative 5, right? Let's try 3 with negative 5. Okay, so 1 times 3 is a 3. 1 times negative 5 is a negative 5. Okay, and 3 plus negative 5 we end up with a negative 2. And negative 2 does not match. Negative 2 does not match a positive 2. You can see that? It's a mismatch again. It's a mismatch again. So this mismatch tells us what? And this option doesn't work either. Okay, so we're gonna, this process is trial and error. Okay, and each time we get rid of those options that doesn't work. Okay, so continue. So now I'm going to put a negative 3. I'm going to try this option, negative 3, positive 5. So 1 times negative 3 is a negative 3. 1 times 5 is a positive 5. So negative 3 plus 5 equals to positive 2. Yay, we made the match. We finally made the match. Okay, so we made the match. Over here, this 2 matches the positive 2. Okay, see that? Along with the sign. Once we make the match, we can compose our factors. And over here is going to be x minus 3. And over here is going to be x plus 5. Okay, so please reflect on this process. Okay, so please reflect on this process, right? So we finally found the match. We found the match. Okay, we found the match. So let me just erase some stuff. Are you guys with me? Clean this up. You can see that in this process, we found this doesn't work, and which one works? This one works. Okay, it's the one that makes the perfect match. So once we have made that perfect match, we got our factors, which is going to be x minus 3 multiply x plus 5. Okay, and then you can go ahead to verify. Check. Okay, and you're going to FOIL it. Okay, so x times x is x squared. Okay, x times negative 3 is negative 3x. And 5 times x and negative 3 times 5, that's minus 15. So in the end, when we combine the like terms, we got x squared plus 2x minus 15. And this piece has to match the given perfectly. Do you get it? Good. Now let's look at Marcelo. Marcelo, how does it work with you? Are you ready to submit? Are you ready to submit your work? Number 8. Yeah? You ready? Are you ready? Marcelo, are you there? Are you there, Marcelo? Couldn't find the problem. Oh, you couldn't find the problem. It's, oh, okay. Hold on. It should be on the in the notes on page number 37. Page number 37. Have you received the notes? Let me resend your note, resend you the notes. Okay, I send you the notes from the chat. Okay, so go to page number 37 because even though I can type the question for you on this one, but just to I'm going to type the question for you. So this one is x squared plus 2x minus 35. Okay. So did you find the question, Marcelo? Yeah? Did you find all the questions? So I'm going to borrow this table. So let's do this together for now. Okay. And when we come back, we'll have more opportunity to practice. Okay, so this will be question mark. Okay, we're gonna make a new matches. We're gonna make a new matches. Okay, we're gonna make new matches. And of course, the number we want to match here is still 2, right? But the question is slightly different. This is 1. 1 equals to 1 times 1. 35 equals to 5 times 7. If you look at 35, negative 35, you must write down negative 35. Negative 35 can be written as negative 1 times 35. It can be written as 1 times negative 35. You see all these different ways. We can try it. We don't know which one will work. It could be 5 times 7, but it could be negative 5 times 7 because we're matching negative 35. Okay, be careful. Negative 35. It can also be written as 5 times negative 7. Okay, and there could be more for a lot of other questions. So we're going to try one at a time. You're going to try one at a time. For example, if we try negative 1, as you're getting better at this, you're going to quickly eliminate some of those options, don't you? For example, if you put negative 1 here and you put 35 here, okay, so you're familiar with this table, then you know this is going to be negative 1. And 1 times 35, this is going to be 35. Negative 1 plus 35, you get 34. 34 doesn't match the 2. So this option is going to be quickly eliminated. Okay, this option is quickly eliminated. And then of course, if you try, if you try the next one, 1 times 35, 1 times negative 35, and that's going to be quickly eliminated as well, because here you're going to have a negative 34. Negative 34 doesn't match the positive 2. And you keep trying when we have a, 5. I'm going to try this one. Okay, the third option, right? Doesn't work. So let's check the negative 5 option. Okay, this is a negative 5 option over here. And over here, it's going to be positive 7. So 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. And 1 times 7 is going to be positive 7. When we add these two numbers, we get 2. Yay! We made that perfect match. Do you guys follow me? It's a try. This process is always been a trial and error. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, there are probably many different ways out there in the world. People coming from different world. I have seen students doing this in many different ways, even though all of these methods originated from the same place, but the setup could be very different. So now we found the perfect match, and we have x minus 5, and over here is going to be x plus 7. Okay, so we found our factors, x plus 7 times x minus 5. And to check the work, I always encourage you guys to check if you get the right answer. And after this, we're going to take a break. Okay, so you're going to have x squared. X times x is x squared. X times 5x is, negative 5 times x is negative 5x. 7 times x is 7x, and 7 times negative 5 is minus 35. So in the end, we get x squared plus 2x minus 35. Minus 35. So we found our option. Okay, do we need to try the last one? No, we don't need to. Okay, if there's a match, you will find one. But if there's not a match, you will never be able to find one. Are there cases that we cannot? Yes, absolutely. Okay, in Alpha 40, all of these can be factored. Okay, we'll come back. So we just tried number 1 through number 8. We tried 3 of them. And when we come back, we're going to work on number 9 through number 12. Okay, so let's take a break now. Okay, come back at 11:52. How about that? Okay, I will see you guys later. I see the chat message. Okay, so you haven't found it? You're still looking? It's on page 37. I'm on page 37. Okay, well, to just take a break for now, and we'll come back. Okay, during the break, you may be able to find the page number. Go down to page 30, page 37. Page 37. Okay, I will see you guys. All right, guys, welcome back. Did you find the, Marcelo, did you find the page? Okay, still looking. Okay, but anyway, on this one, okay, on the 40, okay, so next we're going to look at the remaining 4 questions in Alpha 40. Okay, the remaining 4. Did you receive the notes at all? Let me try it because I really want you guys to, I want to help you to find the notes. Okay, so hold on. Let me share the screen with you. All right, so the pronto. And I just sent you the note. Wait, there must be another one. This is interesting. Documents. Math 80. Spring notes. Sent. Right? You guys see the notes? So you open up the notes. It's going to be downloading. So let's share with this over here. So you're going to go to page number 37. This is 38, 37. Page 37. Okay, page 37, look, there's a fact Alpha 40 here. Do you see that now, Marcelo? Okay, so I'm going to attach that file from you guys should see that file being attached to you in the chat. Okay, it's once again, it's still on page number 37. Okay, but anyway, without further ado, I will I will type the questions for you as you're looking for that. And I believe that Alan has the notes, right? Alan has the notes. But anyway, so let's look at the the 4 other questions. Let's look at number 9. Okay, we're gonna factor x squared minus 9. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the different ways we can factor this particular thing. Even though from the perspective of x squared plus bx plus c, we don't have the x squared, we don't have the x term. Okay, so we will regard this as x squared plus 0 times x minus 9. Okay, so we're going to take this perspective. If we use the same setup, okay, so I'm going to remove all of these. Question mark, and double question mark, and so the number we're trying to match is going to be 0, isn't it? In this case, the number we will try to match will be 0. Okay, so let's go. So over here, you see 1 times 1 is equals to 1 times, hold on. It's over here, 1 times 1. Okay, so 1 is equals to 1 times 1. Negative 9 here, negative 9 can be written as 3 times negative 3, negative 3 times 3. So we're gonna, and of course, we're looking at negative 9. So negative 9 has all these different ways of getting it, right? Negative 1 times 9. Right, we can write it as negative 9 times, negative 1 times 9. It can also be written as 1 times negative 9. It can also be written as 3 times negative 3. Any order you wish, right? So let's try negative 1 with 9. So negative 1 with 9. And you quickly realize when 1 times negative 1, you have a negative 1 here. 1 times, oh, sorry, this should be a 9, sorry. 1 times 9 should equals to 9. Negative 1 plus 9 equals to 8. And obviously it doesn't match the 0. It doesn't match the 0. So this option is out. Okay, so this option is out. How about 1 times negative 9? Well, 1 times negative 9 is also not going to work if you just quickly check these. So this is a positive 1 and this is going to be negative 9. So you have a negative 8. It still doesn't match, right? You guys follow me? Okay, so next, and of course, we know that this doesn't work. Also, 3 with negative 3. So let's try 3 with negative 3. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So I'm going to put 3 here, negative 3 over here. So 1 times 3 is a 3. 1 times negative 3 is a negative 3. 3 plus negative 3 is a 0. Yay, we found the match. It matches the 0. And so the factors would be x plus 3 here, x minus 3 over there. So we found our factors. So our factors would be x plus 3 times x minus 3. So this last option, yay, works. Okay, so it's entirely a process of trial and error. Okay, so of course you can verify this. Okay, we can verify this. Hold on, clean up. When we check our answer, we'll take this one. Okay, so we're gonna check. Check, we have x times x is x squared. And we have a minus 3x, and we have a plus 3x, we have a minus 9. So in the end, we get x squared minus 9. Okay, so we got our factors. And next, I want you guys to try number 10. So please try number 10. Number 10 is to factor x squared minus 25. Your turn. Okay, your turn, please. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to work on this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to work on that. Okay, just to get the hang of it, just to get a hang of it. And after this, I'm gonna give you another perspective because this is related to a special formula. Okay, this is related to a special formula. So keep trying that. So, okay, please try. So what did you find? What have we found? Anybody would like to share your work? We can put your answer on the chat. Okay, you can put your answer on the chat. What'd you get, Marcelo? Alan? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yes, it's very similar to what we just did. Okay, it's just gonna be, and this time you will make that match. Well, of course, we're matching 0. So this is 5, and that's a -5. So since you guys have done it, so I'm going quickly on this track. And the factor will be x plus 5. I'm just copying Alan's answer right there. And of course, I assume you have checked, right? You checked. So I'm going faster on here. So now I wish to to take you guys to recall a special formula. And this special formula is actually, it's a perfect square, okay? A squared minus b squared. You might have seen this before, but if you haven't, no big deal. A plus b times a minus c, no matter what the numbers are, okay? AB can be any real number. And if you FOIL, a plus b times a minus b, and there's if you FOIL, you always get a squared minus b squared. So could you guys FOIL that for me? So please FOIL with me. Okay, so let's do the FOIL. We're gonna FOIL this formula. Okay, so we're gonna have a times a, that's a squared. A times negative b, that's minus ab. B times a, that's ab. And b times negative b is minus b squared. And the negative, hold on, over here, the minus ab and plus ab will make 0. So in the end, we get a squared minus b squared. Okay, this is one of those special formula that oftentimes we may use it from left to right or right to left. Okay, so if we have this inside, and if you look at the alpha 40, right? If you look at alpha 40 and you look at the number 11, right? We don't necessarily have to go through that process of trial and error. We can actually get the answer much faster. Okay, we have x squared, we have a 4y squared, right? So if we have this, if we are familiar, okay, if we are familiar with this special formula, right? So we can just go by it, right? We have a x squared, and that is about, a squared, right? X squared is a squared, and 4y squared can be written as 2 times y squared. And here we go. We can just use that formula, right? Where x is a, 2y is b. So we're gonna have x plus 2y multiply x minus 2y. Got it? So this is a number 11. Would you like to try number 12? Which we have 9x squared minus 25y squared. You can still do the, do the boxes, do the way we did it before. But because we recognize that pattern, so this can be done much more efficiently. Okay, so 9x squared, so you have 3 squared, right? X squared minus 5 squared, and here's y squared, right? So we can use that property about exponent. So here you have a 3x, you put them in the parentheses, minus 5y, and you put them in the parentheses, right? And there you go. We got a squared minus b squared situation. And so we can apply that special formula, which give us so much convenience. And that's going to be 3x plus 5y multiply 3x minus 5y. Are we good? Are we good there? Okay. So we have talked about these techniques. And also, as we talk about these special formula, the other thing I like to review with you is something we have done with perfect square. Okay, so this is one, right? This is one. And there's other ones. There's other ones. For example, we familiar with a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. You know, sometimes these form may just show up. That is a plus b squared, right? Remember, we spent much time there. Or you may have a squared. Sometimes they show up in disguise. Sometimes they show up in disguise. Okay, so that's going to be a minus b squared, right? So these three actually are called a special formula. And if I combine the first two can be combined into plus minus, okay? So that's combined. And the third, well, this will be one important perfect square, and this is called the difference of squares. Okay, so this is the first formula is called perfect square formula. Okay, perfect square formula. And the second one is called a difference. Sorry, difference of squares. Difference of squares. So they're different, they're called differently, and they're being addressed in these different ways. Okay. All right, so far so good. Now let's move on to 41. Okay, let's move on to alpha 41. Okay, in our previous examples, in our previous exercise, we factored these forms, right? X squared plus bx plus c, right? Where the a is 1, right? So we factored these. Now we are going to factor what? We're going to factor a times x squared. So a is no longer 1, or a may not be 1. Okay, so let's see how we're going to work with this. Okay, so I'm still going to borrow this form. I'm still going to borrow this form. Okay, unknown, 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 unknown. So now we have 4 question marks to fill. We have 4 question marks to fill. And of course, we still have these double question marks, and we still have a number to match. And of course, over here, I'm going to put some symbols there, say this will be a heart, another heart, a spade, whatever you call them. And of course, there's a number to match here. So we're still going to use the same format. And take a look at this example, the first one, okay? We're gonna have 3 times x squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay, and we want to factor this. And this time, it's not quite the same as what the kind we did before. The kind we had before, we don't have to worry about the number in front of x squared because they're always 1. Now it's no longer 1. Okay, it's no longer 1. So what are we going to do? Okay, we're just going to do one additional thing. Okay, so for 3, it's no longer 1. Well, we will notice that 3 is equal to 1 times 3, right? Or negative 1 times negative 3. Okay, no other options. Okay, now, so we're going to try each one. We're going to try each one. Say, let's try 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so this 3 is equals to 1 times 3. 2. Okay, 2 is equals to 1 times 2. It positive 2. Okay, positive 2. Excuse me. Or negative 1 times negative 2. Oh, no other options. So I'm going to try 1 times 2. There we go. Okay, so you see the additional thing we need to do, everything else stay the same. So we're going to do 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is a 3. 1 times 2 is a 2. And we're still adding these two numbers. 3 plus 2, we get a 5. And we matched 5 perfectly. So once we get that perfect match, we got our factors. Okay, so the heart will be replaced by we're taking this number 1 times x plus this 1. Okay, and over here, this factor will be 3. This number 3 times x plus 2. Plus 2. So we got our factors, okay, which are x plus 1 times 3x plus 2. Does it involve trial and errors? Of course, it still involves trial and error, but we deal with it. Will there cases that we couldn't find the match? Yes, there will be cases we cannot find the match. However, okay, you have to try. We have to try. Okay, finally, we get to the point we can check our answer. Okay, so we get this answer presumably, and we're gonna FOIL to see if we get the right answer. So x times 3x, and that's gonna give us 3x squared. X times 2, that's 2x. 1 times 3x, that's a 3x. 1 times 2 is 2. So finally, we get 3 times x squared plus 5x plus 2. We found we're back to the original. So this is the right factor. This is the right factor. Are you ready to try something? So since we checked, it worked, right? It worked for 1 times 3. Right? So you can see we're going to go down the list and check, right? And the first time we checked, it worked. 1 times 3 for the leading coefficient, and 1 times 2 for that. So it works for this pair, and we know we don't need to try the other options. We do not need. Once we find the match, we can stop. We can stop. That's the beauty about it. Okay, you don't have to try every option. Okay. In fact, if you find the match, you got it. But make sure you check. Make sure you check. Okay. So without further ado, I want you to try one. Are you ready? Okay. So please try number 2. Okay. I'm going to type the question here. Number 2 is 3x squared plus 7x plus 2. So could you factor this one? Just to give it a try. If it works for you, if you find the factors, great. If you don't find the factors, we're gonna work together to get it. Okay, but anyway, we will get them. Okay, we will get those factors if they exist. Got it? So I'm gonna bring this table here. You got it? So you can put your answer here, Alan or Marcelo, or both of you. Okay, so feel free. This is so this time we don't know the answer here. And we still have 3, so we can try 1 times 3, right? We can try 1 times 3 and 1 times 2. Right? So we actually have the same combination as we have done earlier. But it's not going to work, right? You see, it's not going to work. Okay, if we set up the same way, if we use 1 times 3 for 3, the leading coefficient, for 2, 1 times 2, so we are getting 3 here, we're getting 2 here, 2 plus 3 is 5, but the number we want to match is 7. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. We have to try something else. So what can we try? Okay, so maybe we can do 2 times 1. Can we do that? 2 times 1 still equals to 2, right? But this time, if we switch the order, right? Here you can see how trial and error here, right? So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So we made the perfect match. Follow me? So we finally made that perfect match. So our factors will be x plus 2 times 3x plus 1. Got it? So trial and error, trial and error. Trial and error. So now we got the factors, okay, which is x plus 2 times 3x plus 1. And you can check your answer. Okay, and that should work. But let's check it anyway, okay? Always want to make sure. Okay, so 3x squared. X times 1 is x. 2 times 3x is 6x. And 2 times 1 is 2. Finally, we have 3x squared plus 7x plus 2. Okay. Now, shall we try some more? Shall we try some more? But this time I want the two of you, I would like you guys to try number 3 and number 4. Try number 3 and number 4, just to play with it. Okay, number 3, number 4. Okay, so I'm going to type the question right here. Question number 3 is 5x squared plus 8x plus 3. Okay, number 4 is 5x squared plus 16x plus 3. 5x squared plus 16x plus 3. So now please try these 3. Okay. I'm still showing the work for number 1. Okay, so I'm going to make some more space for it and put it over here. Okay, try it. I'm going to give you like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We'll come back. I'm going to check on you. Okay, come back. We're going to check on you. Try it. Are you getting the hang of it? Are you getting the hang of it? Take your time. Take your time. We start slow. There's no rush. There's no rush because once you get it, and you keep, keep practicing on it, and you'll get it. You get it. Trial and error. trial and error. Matching 8, right? Matching positive 8. And now we can get our factors. So question mark is easier. Okay, so you only have to fill up the numbers at these places, at the one question mark, right? And the other question mark, and the number to match. The number to match here is 16. Okay, so let me put this one over here. So this is number 4. And the table, I'm going to put it over here for that match. So hopefully you will see better this way. So with number 1 as our reference. The number to match is 8. If you have an answer already, feel free to put it in the chat. Or if you want to upload a file, take a pronto picture, that'll be great. That'll be great. The homework today, I will give you guys the homework for factoring, of course. Okay, so let me update the homework. Oh, gee, I haven't updated the homework for a while. That's my fault. That's my fault. Oh, my bad. I didn't update the homework for a while. My bad, totally. Today's homework is going to be for, it's going to be alpha. $39, alpha 40. Okay, try as many as possible. Last time, wait, I think we're at 41. Oh yeah, we are at 41. So last time we should have given you 38. Oh. This is 41. Alpha 40. Alpha 41, try as many as possible. Alpha, let's see, 38. Two A. Two A. Zero. How's it going, guys? Has it become a little easier? We had a spring break in between, so that's all right. So I haven't seen your contribution. So alpha is 38. So the next one will be alpha. We'll get to alpha 33, 34A. I'm just gonna put in the homework 33, 34A. Alpha 35A. 33, 34A, 35A, 36A, 37A. Alpha 37A. And of course, alpha 38. Okay, did you guys get the factors? Okay, so finally, the homework is current. I apologize for not update that homework. I did talk about the homework in class, but I forgot to update the homework on the homework page. Did you get the factors? Would you like to share with me? Yes. I saw some answers on chat. Excellent. Let me check. Very good. Okay, I see Ellen's answer. Okay. Wait, let's see. Where's my screen? Oh, I need to put away this piece. Okay, so we still have the screen back. Alan's, oh, you guys got the same answer. Wonderful. So let's check, right? Let's check if you got the right answer. This is for number 3. Since you got this answer, so what I would do if I grade your work, I would just go straight to check it, right? You have x plus 5 times 5x plus 3, so I would just go straight FOIL. So 5x squared plus 3x plus 25x. Wait a second. And plus 15. Is that what you got? X plus 5 times 5x plus 3. So what I'm doing here, I'm doing x times 5x. That's a 5x squared. X times 3, that's a 3x. 5 times 5x, that's going to be 25x. And that's 15. And if I organize the term, I don't think you got the right answer, guys. Try again. Because 3x plus 25x, that's 28x plus 15. I think something was wrong. You need to go back to check your work. You need to go back to check your work. Okay? So before you turn in, you may like to check it. Okay? But you did make some match. You matched the 5x squared, but you didn't match the others. So try again. Try again, please. No problem. All right. So we're doing exercise. The whole point is by trial and error. You get it? It's a hit and miss. We don't miss, we don't hit this time, we try next time. When you check it again, you're gonna find out what did I miss? What did I miss? Okay, 5 is equals to 1 times 5. 3 equals to 1 times 3, right? 5 times 1 is a 5. 1 times 3 is a 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And we found the match. So this first factor on the first row is going to be x plus 1. The second row is a 5x plus 3. So what's missing? I think this should be a 1, isn't it? You guys with me? Is how to compose the final factor. Even though you didn't show your work to me, I believe that you probably have done this part correctly. But at a composing, you missed something. So what you do is that the first one is going to be with x. The second one is going to be adding the 1. Okay, 5 with x. The first number in that row, multiply x. And the second number, you just add the other number. Okay, if that number is minus, you get a minus, right? This is a subtract a number. So now if we replace this one by 1, okay, so this will be 5x and that will be 3. And now we're going to make that match. Got it? So the factors are going to be, okay, x plus 1 times 5x plus 3. Trial and error, right? So did you find out what did you miss? Did you find what you missed? Which part that bothered you that caused that mistake? It's a minor mistake, but pretty fatal because that caused you get the wrong answer. You got the wrong answer. Did you find out? I suppose you do. So how about the second one? How about number 4? Did you find the factors for number 4? Did you find the answers for number 4? Keep trying. Okay, see the first one, you made a minor mistake, but you got the other factor correct. Okay, I trust that. I think this time you're gonna get all of it correct. No doubt about it. Okay, so number 4. What did you find? Okay, when you're ready, put your answer on the chat. Alan has a contribution here and he got x plus 3, 5x plus 1. So I'm going to go straight to check. Okay, so x times 5x, I got a 5x squared. And x times 1, I got x. 3 times 5x, I get 15x. 3 times 1, I got 3. Okay. And then I'm going to continue to combine the like terms. I got the 5x squared. This is looking great. This is looking great, right? Perfect. You got it. Okay. So this is, I suppose that this is 1, this is 5, this is 3, and this is 1. Is that right, Alan? So 3 times 5, that's a 15. And 1 times 1 is 1. So it makes a perfect match. And we got the factor, which is going to be x plus 3 times 5x plus 1. Here we go. Wonderful. I think you got it. You got it. So shall we try one more before, maybe 2 more before the end of the class? Okay, don't give up yet. Don't stop yet. Don't stop yet. Okay? Don't stop yet. Okay, very good job. Great job. Okay, now let's try 2 more. I think we should be able to do 2 more. Okay, I will choose the 2 more for you, or you can pick yourself. Okay, this is at alpha 41. At alpha 41, I'm going to pick number 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6. 5 is this question. Alan, did you finally find the pages? Did you finally find the pages?
No, I already have the pages.
So did you find the alpha 41? Yes or no? Did you find your notes and get to the page because homework is assigned from that note.
Yeah, I wasn't looking. I already have.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I wasn't the one looking.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, Alan. I mean Marcelo. Marcelo, did you find your notes and did you find Alpha 41, that set of exercise? Marcelo, are you there? Two x squared plus 11x plus 15. Can you find these questions in your notes, in the notes I sent you? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, because otherwise I was thinking to send the notes to you from inbox, but this way I don't have to send it to you in the inbox. Okay, so number 5 and 6, and after these two, we compare the notes and then we're done for today. And you guys continue to do it. Okay, factoring is one of those skills that once you acquire, it takes you a long way because you're going to need this skill for a very long time. And the matching number is 13. And the, of course, we're gonna put all these question marks in place. So you can just look at this as a, some kind of game board, right? Some kind of game board. And then to make those factors. Okay, and this number 6, the matching number is 11. Okay, the matching number is 11. All right. We have 8 minutes left, 4 minutes each. How about you try to make it 3 minutes each, so that way we have time for a closure. Okay. Try it. I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, did we get the first one? Did we get one of them? Let me see the answers. Let me see the answers. Come on, guys. We are doing it, right? We're doing it. Okay. So 1 times 2. Okay, Alan's contribution. Is this for, excuse me, is this for number 5 or number 6? Is this for number 5 or number 6? Okay, great. Number 5. Okay, he got x plus 5 multiply 2x plus 3. So I'm gonna go straight to check his, I'm just go straight to check his work by FOIL. Okay, 2x squared plus 3x plus 10x. You are getting better and better. Wonderful, you got it, right? Very good job, Alan. So Marcelo, you want to, you have something to contribute? No pressure though, right? So the factors we found, this one over here, this is gonna be 5 and that's just 3. Oh, I'm just filling those in, and this is 3. I'm find the match, and we got the 13. So no problem. Still working on it. That's very good. Okay, so here's going to be x plus 5, and the next one is going to be 2x plus 3. Good job. Okay, so let's look at the next one. We have 4 minutes left. So I'm going to chart forward. Did any one of you get the answer? Well, otherwise I just have to figure it out, right? We want to have a closure to this piece of work. Okay, so 15, I'm going to put 3 times 5. Okay, so 2 times 3 is a 6. 1 times 5 is a 5. 6 plus 5 equals 11. So we got the factors. So now the first factor is going to be x plus 3. The second factor is going to be 2x plus 5. I think I found the factors. Don't you agree? Well, whether you agree or not, we all have to have that final step to check. Okay, and the next one. Okay, so we have x times 2x, that's 2x squared. X times 5, that's a 5x. 3 times 2x, that's a 6x. And 3 times 5 is a 15. So in the end, we got 2x squared plus 11x plus 15. It worked. They worked. Very good. Okay, very good job. Very good participation. And continue to work on these exercises and you will get better in time. Okay, I promise you. Any other questions? We have accomplished the 6 questions and with a lot of your participation. I think that is really, really good. That is really, really good. Okay, and factoring is one of those very basic skills you will find yourself using for your following classes. Okay, whether you're going to the STEM track, if you go to the STEM track, you need it. If you go to the business track, you need it. If you go to the social science track, you need it. You just cannot get away with it. It's one of those basic skills. And factoring trinomial is also essential in any math classes you take. Now the question is why? Why? The reason why is because when we talk about those 6 mathematical principles at the beginning, okay, at least 2 of the mathematical principles require the factored form, principle number 5 and principle number 6. And these are the primary reasons because those principles are constantly used in mathematics. And before you take calculus class, you're going to use those principles all the time. After you take calculus class, you're still going to use, those principles all the time, in addition to new theories you're going to learn. So for that reason, factoring is a skill we all must acquire in order to get through the mathematics in college. Okay, so without further ado, our time is up. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and the homework's been assigned, and be prepared for your quiz. Okay, so this quiz, this coming quiz is going to be factoring. It's going to be about factoring. Okay, and you get to practice your skills, and I will choose questions from the from your homework and put them on the quizzes. Okay, thank you so much. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great day.